Hello everybody, welcome to today's webinar training. On today's training, you guys, we are going to talk about something that is near and dear to my heart. We're going to talk about real estate, specifically investing in real estate and making a mad amount of money. Who wants to make a crazy amount of money in real estate in 2018? All right. So the title of this webinar training today, you guys, is how to make $200,000 a year flipping houses in 2018 for newbies. This is going to cover the no credit, little money down secrets that I and my students have been using all across the nation to crush it in our local markets. But before we get started, you guys, let's go ahead and give everybody just about 60 more seconds to come through, okay? We have space for about 100 people on this webinar, and I think we're at about 50 or 60 people so far, and people are still coming in. Let's go ahead and do something real quick. Go ahead, you guys, and you should see a comments box or a discussion box or something on the webinar screen that allows you to type in your comments. Do you see it? Okay. If you see it, I want you to go ahead and type in your city and where you are from and go ahead and press return. I just want to see where everybody is from, okay? I give you guys 5 seconds to do that. Oh, and for those of you guys who don't know where I'm at, I am in Las Vegas, Nevada, the best city in the world, okay? So I'm just going to call out the names of your cities as I see them pop on my screen. I see Pittsburgh, Omaha, Chicago, Tampa, Gary, Indiana is in the house, Miami, Fort Lauderdale. So South Florida came in bunches, right? Richardson, San Antonio, Orange County is here, H-Town, that's Houston. I see ATL, Memphis, Hyattsville, Maryland, Tel Aviv, Israel. Okay, we have some international people on board. Welcome to the training. We got Lincoln, Fargo, Providence, King of Prussia, Long Beach, Chico, Nashville, Philly. Las Vegas. I got another Las Vegas person up in here. All right, Houston again. Great, great, great. All right, well, hey, everybody, welcome aboard. We're going to learn some juicy stuff. So I hope that you brought your pens and your papers, okay? So who is this training for? This training is for anybody that wants to learn the secrets of how we've made $200,000 plus a year, which breaks down to be $16,000 a month, flipping houses in our own city, okay? And I'm going to teach you how to take that same concept and take that same knowledge that I have used so that you can take it to your city and flip houses, okay? So you're not gonna need a ton of money to put down. You're not gonna need to use any of your credit, which is great for some of you guys out there with less than stellar credit. And on top of that, you guys, even if you've never flipped a house before, even if you're working a full-time job right now, I'm going to teach you how you can get out there right now and start making money, okay? And no, you do not need to be a realtor in order to flip houses. I'm going to repeat that again. You do not need to be a realtor to flip houses and make money, okay? So that being said, you guys, in the next 85 minutes, and we'll try and keep the training closer to 60 minutes, but I'm going to answer questions at the end, all right? But we're going to cover the #1 secret strategy that my students and I are using on a daily basis to flip houses in multiple cities across America, using absolutely none of our own credit and little money down. In most cases, you guys, we're only using $20 as a down payment on these properties that we flip. And I'm going to show you in a few minutes how we do that. We're going to teach you how you can quickly make an extra $5,000, $10,000, $15,000, even $20,000 plus a month flipping houses in your city in 2018 using simple strategies, even if you're working a full-time job, okay? The strategies that we're gonna teach you guys are evergreen, okay? So we're towards the end of the year in 2018, and even in 2019, you're still going to be able to use these concepts, you guys, okay? We're going to show you how you can overcome your fear of getting started in real estate investing and how you can go from zero to absolute hero by flipping your first home in the next 60 to 90 days. We're going to show you how you can find 50 to 100 plus cash buyers in the next 72 hours. That's 3 days. And these buyers will literally beg you to pay you $5,000 to your pocket for every property deal you find. How many of you guys want to learn how to do that? In the next 85 minutes, you guys, I'm going to show you how to find the sweetest house deals that are out there in your local market right now and how you can cash in, okay? And my promise to you is this, you guys and gals. You're going to learn a simple yet effective way that my students and I are using to make 6 figures a year flipping houses. It does not matter if you're working a full-time job. You can make $5,000 to $20,000 a month on a part-time basis if and only if you have the right system, okay? And so I'm going to be like Black Oprah, and I'm going to give everybody a gift in this webinar training, okay? So no, I'm not going to give you a car. I don't have bank like Oprah, but what I will do, you guys, is I'll give you a very, very special free gift that's going to help you if you're actually serious about making money with real estate, okay? So what I'm going to give you at the end of this webinar is I'm going to give you 2 of my main contracts that I use to close deals for absolutely free. I'm not going to charge you a single cent for it. And these contracts by themselves, you guys, are worth $699, okay? But you have to stay till the end of the training, and then I'm going to give you instructions on how you can download it, okay? So make sure you stay till the very end of this training for that, all right? But let's get started, you guys. Does any of this sound like you? And answer in the comments area as we go through these questions, okay? Are you currently at your job working it, or your business, and you despise it? You just totally hate it, and you feel like right now you're not getting paid what you are worth. Who am I talking to right now? All right, Emma said, that's me. Keisha said, yes. RB said, yes. All right. Are you currently working way too many hours at your job? Some of you guys are working 40, 50, 60, 80 hours plus a week, and you're frustrated that you're not spending enough quality time with your loved ones or with your wife. You're not spending enough time with your husband or your kids, okay? How many of you am I talking to right now? Maybe you stress at times, you guys, because although you make decent money, sometimes you're left struggling at the end of the month. Who is that? Louis said, that's me. Darren said, every single month. Maybe none of that affects you. Maybe you're that person on this call that you're frustrated right now because you're overworked, you're stressed, and you haven't had a vacation in years, okay? You got high blood pressure, you feel pains in your chest whenever you get up because you are just life is so complicated. Who am I talking to? Let me know. Maybe you live in a good neighborhood right now and you live in a decent home, but you know that you can do better. Maybe you know that you can have a bigger and a more beautiful house, but you just don't know how to pay for it, okay? Who am I talking to? Talk to me in the comments area. Maybe some of you guys and gals are on this webinar. Maybe you went to school, you went to university, you got a bachelor's degree or a master's degree. Some of y'all have PhDs, and maybe you're working in corporate America, but every single morning, your heart palpitates when you think of having to get up out of your nice, cozy, warm bed and going to that position and working with those people that you hate and dealing with those customers that absolutely suck. I know I'm talking to at least 5 people on here, okay? Who am I talking to? Hum said, that's me. Brian said, me. Taekwon said, She gave me a all right? You know that you can be doing much better, okay? And this may not apply to all of you guys, but some of you guys, you know you could be doing so much better than what you're doing right now. And sometimes you wonder why you're making your employers rich with your talents. And maybe you're wondering right now, why can't I start my own business? Okay? And the truth of the matter is, you guys, anybody can do it. All right? If I can do it, you can do it. And a few of you guys that are on here are like me. You have kids and you want to be able to provide for them because, yes, you are a good parent. Yes, you do care for your kids. You want to be able to pay for their college education. You want to be able to create a legacy for them and the future generations that come past them that will be there after you're gone. Who am I talking to? Okosuya said me. Caleb said that is me. Chris said right over here. Maybe some of you guys that are on this call, you know that real estate investing is the #1 system that Americans have used for centuries and centuries to create generational wealth and happiness for their household. But maybe you just don't know where to get started. Who am I talking to? Some of you guys that are on this call right now, okay, right now, you've been praying for a solution. Praying, okay? And you've been praying about paying your debt off. And some of you guys have been praying about God, how do I get out of this never-ending rat race of working 40 to 60 hours a week at a job that's not going to provide for me, my family, or my retirement? Okay? Some of you guys that are on here right now, you know that if there was somebody out there who was out there and they would be gracious enough to hold your hand, answer your questions, and give you a system that works, you know that you can succeed in real estate investing and make some money and make great money and get freedom. Okay, who am I talking to right now? Right? Jen S said me. Gerald said me. Recky said yes in all caps. Look, maybe none of that applies to you. Maybe you have a fear of failure. Because some of you guys are on here right now and you're thinking, how could I flip houses? I don't even have any experience. Won't people sue me if I do something wrong? What do I say to people that are selling their house so I don't look like an absolute fool? How do I estimate repairs? How do I find a good title company to close my deals at? I don't even know what a title company is, right? I don't know how to fill out contracts. I don't want to get sued. Arrgh, you know, some of you guys are just pulling out your hair because you don't know where to get started, okay? And that's no problem of yours, all right? But look, all that stuff, you guys, that I just mentioned, that is not problems. That's not the main problem. That's not the real problem. Those are just symptoms of the real underlying problem. Do you want me to tell you what the real problem is? The real problem, you guys, is you have not made the proper shifts, okay? And somebody type that in. Proper shifts, okay? Type it in the comments area. Proper shifts. If you have not made the proper shifts, you guys, you will not have any success and you will not make money. You will not have freedom, okay? And there are 4 shifts that you must take in order to design the lifestyle that you want that real estate investing can provide for you. Because at the end of the day, you guys, the real treasure and the real gold and the real value in being an entrepreneur and owning your own business is being able to create and live the lifestyle that you want. If you want to travel, if you want to be able to spend time with your kids and work from home, if you want to do whatever, create the lifestyle that you want and then let real estate investing be that vehicle that takes you from point A to B. That's how you do it, okay? And look, once you make the shifts that we're going to talk about on today's training, you guys, crazy good stuff is going to happen to you, okay? You're going to be able to overcome any fear that you have of getting started on your journey to making $200,000 plus a year flipping houses in your city, okay? Doesn't matter if you're in Pittsburgh or Chicago or Tampa or Las Vegas, San Antonio. Doesn't matter if you're in Houston or Texas or Connecticut or Wyoming or Long Beach, California or Chico, California or Pennsylvania. You will be able to make 6 figures in your city, okay? Once you make the shifts, you guys, you're going to be able to replace your current income at your job and you'll have the option to go full-time in real estate if you wish. Somebody type in the option in the comments area. Once you make the shifts, you guys, you're going to be able to feel security, knowing that you and your family are taken care of and that you can travel anywhere at any time you wish. You don't have to wait for your boss to give you permission. Once you make the shifts, you're going to be able to bless your family, your friends, and your community financially because you have more than enough, okay? You're going to have the freedom to fire your boss and start living your life the way that you should, okay? And when you guys do fire your boss, I want you to do a little favor for me. If it's because of something that I've said, I want you to videotape it and send it to me. That will be so epic and awesome. Once you make the shifts, you guys, you're going to feel pride knowing that you will never have to stress about paying your bills again because you have such a large amount of revenue coming in each month. You're going to have joy knowing that you are the master of your own destiny and that you determine your future. Not the president, not the Democrats or Republicans, not whoever's in charge of your city, who's the mayoral candidates, not the economy. You are in charge of your own destiny, okay? And if you don't make the shifts, you guys, and watch out for this, you're not going to be able to have that God-given freedom you desire in life. You're not going to be able to spend the quality time with your loved ones. Somebody type in the comments area, I want quality time, and put some exclamation points behind it. I want quality time, okay? If you don't make the shifts, you're going to be putting your retirement and your financial destiny in your job's hands, or even worse, in the government's hands, okay? You don't want to do that. You don't make the shifts, you guys, you risk not being able to leave your kids a legacy, okay? And if you only remember one thing, okay, and if you just zonk out on me over the course of the next few minutes, I want you to make sure you remember this one little thing, okay? Real estate is going to be your ticket to solving your problem, and I am going to be here personally to coach you into greatness. So you let me know right now in the comments area, do you have what it takes to start this journey with me? Let me know. Type it in. Courtney said yes. Caleb said, I am in. Keisha said, yes, that's me. But before we get started, you guys, let me go ahead and properly introduce myself so that you guys know who you are talking to. So who am I? My name is Melinda Wiafe. That's me with a beard. The cute one is my wife. And I started flipping houses back in 2010 in Tulsa, Oklahoma, in the Heartland. And before flipping houses, you guys, I had declared bankruptcy at the tender old age of 22. Yes, it was crazy. And by the age of 26, exactly 4 years later, you guys, I had started a successful internet business that made me $30,000 to $80,000 a month, like clockwork, okay? And I thought that I had arrived, and I thought that I was MC Hammer, you can't touch this, all right? But what happened to me was crazy, you guys. All that came crashing down around 2008 when my main advertiser that I was using for my business blacklisted my websites. So just like that, you guys, everything that I had built and everything that I had put my security in came crashing down to earth. And guess what? Times sucked badly, okay? So the issue with me was back then I had a newborn kid, back then a newborn boy, and he's up there in that picture right now. He's eight and a half years old. And he was born in 2009, and to make ends meet, you guys, I had to deliver newspapers at the crack of dawn, 7 days a week. I was barely getting paid like 20 or 30 bucks a day. It was embarrassing. I felt like I was like at the lowest point of my life, okay? And so after many trials, you guys, God allowed me to discover real estate as my way back to having freedom, okay? And so my first year that I was in it, you guys, I made slightly over $112,000 flipping houses. And so because of that, I learned a ton of stuff, and I wanted to give back to the community. So what I did was I started a video blog at houseflippingninja.com just to keep myself accountable, okay? And also to teach people tricks and tips on how to flip houses, no money down, like I had learned. And so what happened was a few years into doing those videos, we got a call that would change our lives, okay? We got a call from a production company, and they had seen a lot of our videos on YouTube, and they had passed those videos along to some executives at HGTV, okay? And so one thing led to another, you guys, and we eventually landed a TV show. It was a reality TV show where they followed us around Tulsa, Oklahoma while we fixed and flipped houses, okay? They did a 13-episode series called Flipping the Heartland, okay? And so these are some pictures of screenshots that we had of our TV show. So I was looking kind of crazy. My wife was looking at me crazy. This was us at an open house that we did for one of our properties. This is us right before Flip or Flop aired. This is us doing what they call a on the fly, where we're recording interviews. This is us on the little TV thingamajig. I don't even know what it's called. The channel finder. This is a little bit about our show, Flipping the Heartland. It's talks a little bit about us, and you can read it, okay? This is us. We actually had our TV show aired in Canada, so they even put it on HGTV Canada and aired it in Australia. And they did a few different newspaper articles on us, okay? And so, you guys, all this stuff that I did, you guys, led to greater things, okay? And that's the one thing that I want to happen to you guys. I want you to learn, take the free information I'm going to give you and run with it, okay? And make money with it, okay? Because it can lead you to greater places, okay? Heck, this is right here is a flyer. We did a conference with Donald Trump Jr., okay? So, I mean, what I'm saying to say is this, you guys. You're not learning from some joker in his mama's basement, okay? I've been there. I have done tons of deals, and I had the blood, sweat, and tears that gives me the right to teach you how to do this, okay? So look, you guys, I have a blog and a YouTube channel right now, okay, with over, right now it's at about 8,500 people, I believe, or 10,000 or something to that effect. And it teaches people how to flip houses, okay? And you guys can look me up on YouTube, House Flipping Ninja, okay? And you'll see the videos, all right? But look, you guys, I have a big, huge track record of success with students that have become successful over the past 7-8 years flipping properties, okay? So this right here, he was actually my first student, okay? Jason was a pastor, and he was actually my one-on-one student, and he went on, after I taught him the principles in flipping houses, no money down, he went on to make his first $5,000 in less than 3 weeks' time, okay? So look, check it out. He spent less than 20 hours of actual work, and he flipped his first house. This is Jeff. And Jeff is actually an entrepreneur. He owned 3 automotive shops, and he made $18,000 on 2 deals, okay? 2 deals, flipping in no money down while he's on his anniversary with his wife in Jamaica, okay? And it was awesome. This is actually his second check, I believe, that he got. He made $7,335.42, and boy, was my man Jeff stoked, okay? This right here is Teresa, and she's actually a realtor down in Dallas. She made $10,000 on her first deal within 90 days of enrolling in my academy. She went out there and crushed it. This right here is Brian. And Brian was actually, I loved his story, you guys, because he was getting married, and actually he had just gotten married, and he hated his job. He was working for State Farm, I believe, and what happened was he was doing so many deals. I believe he was doing about maybe $7,000 or $8,000 a month on average, and I had told him, hey man, you need to get out there and just go full time in this, okay? And this was about 2 years ago, you guys, when we had this discussion. And this is his 2 checks that he posted, which finally gave him the courage to leave his job, okay? And over the past 2 years, you guys, Brian has absolutely crushed it, okay? This right here is Sylvia. Sylvia made $10,310 on her first deal. She did it within 45 days, okay? Using simple techniques. She spent less than $300 in marketing, okay? And she made $10,000 in a short amount of time. How many of you guys would love to do that? Talk to me in the comments area. Myron said, me. Dean said, where's my $10,000? Uh-huh. This right here is a house on Mesa Verde Lane in Southwest Vegas, you guys, that I actually did while I was still living in Oklahoma, and I was still 1,000 miles away from it. And I made $30,000 on this deal in a little over 8 weeks, okay? Now, it did require a lot of time on my part, you guys, but heck, how many of y'all will put in a little bit of time to make a $30,000 check, okay? I mean, that, like, was killer for me when that happened. And look, the best thing about that, you guys, was I only spent $600 in marketing, and I didn't have to use any of my credit for it, okay? Which was sweet. This right here is a house on North Juniper Place in Broken Arrow that we flipped for a profit of $31,599.78, okay? And that's me standing with one of my friends, and he's also a real estate entrepreneur, Todd. And this right here is actually the first flip that we did on HGTV, okay? And I say this because it was awesome, okay? And so we made $31,599.78 net profit into our pocket, okay? So I'm not gonna show you like all the screenshots and the pictures and the checks and the smiley faces, you guys, but I want to get into the training, okay? And I want to start off by asking you guys, how many of you would love to make massive profits like what I just showed you, okay? Let me know in the comments area right now. Okay. Now, if you said yes, then my only question to you is, are you ready for the #1 strategy that I and my students are using in 2018 to successfully crush it and give ourselves financial freedom in the cities that we live in, okay? How many of you are ready to hear that strategy? Okay. Caleb said, me. Brian said, I'm ready. Roger said, let's get it. Great. So my number one strategy for beginners, you guys, is wholesaling real estate. I'm going to repeat that again. Wholesaling real estate. Somebody type that in the comments area. Wholesaling real estate. Okay. So some of you guys are asking, what is wholesaling real estate? Okay. You're like, got question marks over your head. So with wholesaling real estate, you guys, what you're doing is you're doing marketing. Okay. And don't worry, I'm going to teach you some of the basic forms of marketing, but you're doing marketing to find a person or slash homeowner who wants to sell their house for a highly discounted rate. And the reason why they want to sell is usually because the house is vacant, or maybe they inherited it. Maybe they were a landlord and they had bad tenants who just totally trashed their property. Maybe the property's been in their family for years and it's just like severely damaged and the roof is caving in and different things like that. Okay. And so what you're going to do is once you find that homeowner who wants to sell their ugly beat up house, you're going to lock up the property with the motivated seller using a simple contract, okay, that states that you or another person of your choosing can buy the house for, let's say, $50,000, okay, and close within 30 to 60 days on the property. And so what you're going to do is you're going to put down $20 as earnest money deposit. Okay, that's basically the down payment that you put on a property. All right. And now the contract that you're going to use, you guys, that's going to be one of the two contracts that I give to you if you stay on till the end of this webinar training. So make sure you stay on till the end of this webinar training. Okay. And so let's say again, you guys, you promised $50,000 and then you're going to close within 30 to 60 days. Okay. There's going to be clauses in that contract that allows you to back out at any time. So you don't have to be worried about getting sued or whatnot, okay? And let's say that this house in question, in fixed up shape, can sell for $100,000, okay? So what you're going to do, you guys, step 3, is you're going to go out there. You're going to find a cash buyer who wants to buy that same property for, let's say, $60,000. So he's getting a sweet deal because he can fix it up and then he can sell it for $100,000. So what that buyer is going to do is sign an assignment contract, okay? And that's going to be the second contract that I give you for free at the end of this webinar, okay? And so the buyer is going to buy it for $60,000. Step 4, your title company arranges the closing. So what's going to happen, you guys, is the cash buyer is going to bring the $60,000 to the closing. Out of that $60,000, the motivated seller is going to get paid their $50,000 that you agreed to. And then there's going to be a difference in here, you math whizzes out there, which is $10,000. And guess who that money goes to? Yes, it goes to you. All right. Jasmine wrote in the comments area, cha-ching. Yes, cha-ching. You get paid a quick $10,000 and basically all you did was play matchmaker, you guys, okay? It's that simple. And nowhere in that transaction, you guys, did you have to use your own credit. You only had to put down $20 for the deposit. And in many cases, you don't have to even put down any money at all. Nowhere in that example or scenario did I tell you that you had to fix toilets or swing hammers or climb on top of roofs, okay? You're just bringing a motivated seller who has equity in their property and you're matchmaking them up with a cash buyer and then you're making a handsome fee. In most cases, you're making between $5,000 to $10,000, okay? This is the best and quickest strategy for beginning real estate investors to create a business. Wholesaling, okay? Wholesaling is your way to make it and break into this real estate market, okay? It's very easy for you to do 2 to 4 of these wholesale deals every single month in your own city on a part-time basis as long as you have the right system. Somebody type in right system in the comments area. So on average, you guys, you can easily get out there and make $5,000 to $10,000 per deal. And on occasions, you can have home run wholesale deals where you can make $20,000, $50,000, $80,000 per deal, okay? Now, obviously, that's not going to happen every single time, but occasionally you'll get deals like that, okay? And once your systems are in place, you guys, and you're cranking it out and crushing it, It should typically take you about 2 to 6 weeks to close each deal once you have everything lined up and you have all of your cash buyers, okay? And look, some of the blessings from real estate are tremendous, especially for me and my family. This right here is a Lexus GX470, and I bought that for my wife, and I actually surprised her on her birthday, okay? So she woke up, and it was like one of those Lexus Christmas commercials, okay, where she woke up and there was like a big red bow on the car, okay? And yeah, we lived in Vegas, so there's no snow there, but you guys get the drift. I mean, it was epic how like excited she was when she saw it, okay? And that was one of the biggest thing and the biggest blessing from real estate that I was really proud of, was that I was able to surprise my wife with that beautiful vehicle, okay? So let's go over the 4 shifts to you making and creating a $200,000 plus year from real estate investing. Number 1, you guys, is you have to have the proper systems in place for your business, okay? So the fact of the matter is this, you guys, without you having proper systems in place, you're not going to go far. And here are the basics of what you need in order to set up your real estate investing business. Are you ready? Okay, let's get started. You want to make sure you have the proper legal structure in play, okay? And as a disclaimer, I am not an accountant, so please seek the advice of a certified public accountant, okay? So you want to have either a DBA or an LLC, okay? A DBA stands for doing business as, and an LLC stands for limited liability company, all right? Now, usually with a DBA, you guys, DBAs are typically cheap. You can typically get them for like 20 to 50 bucks. They last you like 3 to 4 or 5 years, okay? And they're cheap, okay? And it lets you get out there and have a professional name. You can make up a name, and it doesn't sound like non-professional, as if you're, like using your own personal name. Because you don't want to go around saying, oh, hey, I'm James Smith, and that's your business. That's not how you do business. You want to have something that's like Smith Home Buyers or something like that, okay? The only thing with the DBA, you guys, is it leaves you open to get sued, okay? And then also tax-wise, it's not the best for your tax implications, okay? Now with an LLC is like professional. It will protect you in most cases from getting sued, okay? And it can be done and formed in a way where it gives you some really good tax benefits, okay? Especially if you classify yourself as an S corporation, okay, for tax purposes within your LLC, okay? So the next thing that you want to do, and with your LLC, you guys can go to LegalZoom, okay, in order to set that up. So for the name of your company, you want to make sure that you have something that's real estate related, okay? So something like Daniel Buys Houses or San Antonio Home Buyers or Johnson Realty Team. You want to have something that sounds professional and lets people know that you are in real estate, okay? So don't have any goofy names or anything crazy or cute. Just keep it simple, okay? Next thing that you want to do, you guys, is make sure you have proper phone lines which are dedicated towards your real estate business, okay? You don't want to have people calling your phone and it's going straight to your cell phone, okay? You don't want it to say, hi, you reached Mark, leave me a message, and that's it. That's not professional, okay? So what I recommend to most people is that you should get at least 2 phone lines, get 1 line for sellers and 1 line for buyers, and use Google Voice. Google Voice, because it's free, okay? Next, you want to have a Google account, all right? With your Google account, you're going to be able to create an email, okay? And again, you want to have a professional sounding email. And then also you're going to be able to create a YouTube channel because you're going to be recording videos of these houses that you're wholesaling so that you can show your buyers video walkthroughs of the property. So you want to have a professional YouTube channel, okay? Next thing you want to have is websites, okay? 1 for sellers, and make sure that you're using FreedomSoft, okay? So FreedomSoft is the best one that you can have. And you can have a website for buyers, but that's not necessary at this time. So the biggest thing that you need website-wise is for sellers right off the bat, okay? Business cards. You want to have business cards because you're in business, okay? And you can get them from Vistaprint. And I want you to get 500 cards for buyers and 500 for sellers. And make sure that you say on the back of the card that you give out $500 referral fees to people if they refer you a property that you actually close on, okay? And then you also want to get a UPS or a FedEx box, okay? You want to have a postal address because you don't want to be using your home address because there's all types of crazy people out there and you don't want people or strangers knowing where you live at, okay? Let's be real. So lead management. You're going to get a ton of leads that are coming in, and you writing all your leads down on a notebook pad paper is going to get old really quickly and you're going to lose data, okay? So get FreedomSoft. You can get FreedomSoft for like 50 to 100 bucks a month, depending on what package you get, okay? And that will actually control everything. Matter of fact, you can get your website on FreedomSoft as well. Next, you want to have the proper contracts, okay? And again, I'm going to give you those contracts at the end of this training. You want to have a purchase sales agreement for sellers and an assignment contract for buyers, okay? I'm going to give those to you at the end of this webinar, okay? I'm going to give you the instructions on how to download it. These contracts should have loopholes in there, which basically state that if you need to renege on a deal or terminate the contract, that you can do so without you getting sued or being on the hook for a large amount of money. Next, you're going to want to have a title company or real estate attorney. Why? So that you can close deals, okay? You want to make sure that they're investor friendly and that they deal with investors. And that's the biggest thing that you need, you guys, okay? So that's the first shift, is you want to make sure you have all your systems in play, all right? The second shift of 4 to making $200,000 plus a year flipping houses is you need to find motivated sellers consistently, okay? And like this guy in the picture, you always want to be fishing for deals, okay? So the fact of the matter is, without you having a consistent stream of motivated sellers, you are not going to make money in this business, okay? Finding sellers should always be the #1 most important thing to you, all right? You need to always be fishing for deals. So what is a motivated seller? A motivated seller is anybody that's highly motivated to sell their property for cents on the dollar. So usually when we look for people, that want to sell us their house for 50 to 60 cents on the dollar, okay? That's usually the sweet spot. And why would a person sell us their house for that cheap? Usually because their property's vacant, it's inherited, so they just want to have a quick cash sale. They don't want to have to deal with it. A lot of times it's abandoned. They may have had squatters in the property. The house may be totally junky. They may have had bad tenants in there. Maybe the person owned the property, but they got divorced, okay, and they need to cash out. Maybe somebody got arrested and they need to get quick cash for bail or something. Maybe somebody is living in California and you're flipping the house in California and they need to move because they got a job transfer in the next 10 to 14 days, okay? And they're moving across country, all right? There's a bunch of different scenarios on why people get motivated, but your aim is you need to find out why they're motivated, okay? Somebody type in the comments area, find out why they are motivated. Find out why they are motivated. So not only should your sellers be motivated, they should also have a lot of equity in their property, meaning that they should not be upside down in their payments because you can't really make money on that deal, okay? So what are some of the best ways for you to get out there and find motivated sellers? I'm glad that you asked. Postcards. Postcards that are sent to absentee owners. An absentee owner is a person that owns a property, but they don't live in that property. That is big, okay? You can send these postcards to probates, to inheritance lists, to people that just inherited the properties. And this is the best way for you to market to find a consistent stream of sellers long term, okay? And the postcards are basically stating that you want to buy their property and for that homeowner to give you a call. And you're mailing it out to their billing address, okay, where they live at, all right? Bandit signs. Oh, and postcards, you guys, you can buy the list off of List Source. That's where I buy my list at, or one of the lists, okay? You can get the postcards off of a company called Click to Mail, okay? Next thing is bandit signs. Bandit signs are those little 18 by 24 inch plastic signs that you may see throughout your city, okay? And we'll talk about that here in a little bit, but those are basically signs that say we buy houses fast for cash, and it has a phone number on it. All right. You can use internet and video marketing. We love to use YouTube videos and also a little bit of PPC, not PPC the drug, but pay-per-click in Google AdWords, okay? And that works out well for us. We like to go driving for dollars, meaning we drive in a neighborhood and we look for properties that look like they're vacant, and then we look them up to see who owns them, and then we'll either call them or mail them, okay? You can go door knocking on pre-foreclosures, and you will do deals with those people that are about to get their houses foreclosed on, okay? You can team up with other wholesalers. And look, my coaches and I, we teach this system to all of our students that are in our program, okay? And it's epic, all right? This right here, you guys, is a post from one of my students in my academy, okay? This comes from Eric, and he showed us a deal that he made a quick 5,000 bucks on, okay? And basically he needed help on negotiations, and that's what we gave him. We gave him expert advices on negotiating, all right? This right here is Antreon Hill, okay? I love Antreon because he made his first 50,000 bucks on his first 2 deals, okay, in the span of a month, okay? And you guys can sift through what he wrote, but basically he watched one of my YouTube webinars, okay? And he watched a training just like the one you're on right now, okay? And he had been working his 9-to-5 job for years, and he knew that he wanted to jump into real estate. So what happened was he saw my YouTube channel, he started watching my videos, he watched another guy's videos, and then he took the information that he learned, and then he made $50,000, okay? He wrote in the Facebook post, I made 50K in 3 days of work. 2 deals, I made one for 10K on the 27th of July, 2016, and 40K on my second deal on the 29th, okay? So in the span of 1 month, you guys, Antreon made $50,000. And he had freedom, okay? And Antreon has gone so far in the past 2 years, okay, since he did his first deal, okay? But he had to start somewhere. And what he did was he took driving for dollars. He drove around in the hood, okay, where there are a bunch of cheap properties, and that's all he did, okay? And so he's quit his job, you guys, and he's down there in Dallas, Texas, full-time investing, okay? So look, bandit signs are the simplest way for you to get started when you're marketing, okay? So what you're gonna do is you want to get 18 by 24 inch corrugated signs. Make sure that they're yellow or white. Those are the best colors, and you've probably seen them throughout your city, okay? And this right here, you guys, is how I actually personally got started when I started marketing to do these deals, all right? It's a very, very super ninja tactic, and this is like an example of what a sign looks like, okay? This is another example. I buy houses, fast for cash, phone number, okay? This is another example. I'll buy your house today, cash. And then you put your phone number, ask for Lisa, or ask for Katrina, ask for Roger, ask for Daniel, ask for Jerry, okay? Doesn't matter. Put your name on there, okay? Now, you can buy your bandit signs online, and we buy them online through a company called dirtcheapsigns.com. That's one of the vendors that we use. Or you can go locally to your Home Depot or your Office Depot. And what I tell everybody who wants to get started is put out 50 signs a week. Put out 50 signs a week. Do it consistently, you guys. And you're going to do 2 to 3 deals a month. Each of those deals are going to average you about $5K a pop on average. You're going to be making $10,000 to $15,000 a pop, okay? Who is excited on this training right now listening to this? Okay, like, let me know. Let me know. Sylvia said, I am. Ham said, that's me. Jasmine said, yes, with the exclamation point behind it. Great. 2 to 3 deals a month, you guys, for some of you guys, will change your lives forever, okay? And the fact of the matter is the information that I just gave you is gold, you guys, all right? Make sure that the properties that you get under contract are at a good value too, okay? Good rule of thumb is for you to aim to get the property at 50 to 60% of the market value, okay? And what you'll do to gauge to see what the value of a property is you'll use multiple sources. You'll use sources like Zillow, ZILLOW.com. You'll use Realtor.com. You'll use Trulia.com. That's spelled TRULIA.com, okay? And look up the values of whatever property you're trying to get under contract, okay? And then take the number that you get, the estimated value from each of those sites, and then you're going to average them together, and then that's going to be what your estimated value of the property is, okay? So then what you're going to do is you want to make sure that you get that property at around 50 to 60% of what the estimated market value is, okay? And that's pretty much it for the most part, okay? Now, guys, remember, stay on the end of this training and you're going to get your special gift, which is my contracts for both buyers and sellers, okay? So third shift, okay? We're almost at 4. Third shift to a $200,000 plus a year job. Not a job, I'm sorry, but a business is finding cash buyers who are begging to give you money, all right? Tip, you can lock up all the houses from motivated sellers that you want and you can get them under contract, but guess what? If you don't have cash buyers in line to pay you cash for those deals, you're not going to make any money, which sucks, all right? So a 10 of houses plus no buyers equals no moolah. You're looking like that cat in the picture, okay? I think he's from Shrek. No buyers and a ton of houses, you make no money, okay? Fact, many new wholesalers think that finding cash buyers is totally hard. But the fact of the matter is it's very easy and simple. You have to remember that even if you live in the smallest city, okay, no matter how tiny it is, there's always people out there in your market who want to buy up discounted real estate deals, okay? Because look, everybody in your city lives in a house, okay, or an apartment, and somebody's making money from them living in that house or that apartment, okay? Those are the type of people that want to buy more houses, okay? You have to think in a certain way, you guys. And this right here is actually a testimony from Dee, showing how easy it was for her in Houston to find cash buyers, okay? So basically, what happened with her, you guys, is she did what we told her to do. She put out a bunch of signs, and we told her to put out 50 signs stating that she had a phantom property for sale, okay? A phantom property is just a fake property. And you state that, hey, I have a 4-bedroom property that I'm selling for $30,000, must sell fast, and a phone number, okay? And then like 10 billion people are going to call you, okay? Maybe not 10 billion, but you're going to get a lot of phone calls. And Dee, she actually got 40 calls within the first 12 hours that she did that marketing campaign that we taught her, okay? And then she got 90 more calls after the first day's calls that she got, okay? She literally went out there, you guys, and created $1 million worth of buying power for real estate, okay? So when she goes out and she talks to motivated sellers, she's confident because she knows she can get out there and do deals and cash in on those deals, okay? This is powerful, you guys. Remember, if you have a slamming good deal, you guys, cash buyers will literally beat down your door to find it and get at you. If you had the money and somebody offered you a home for, let's say, $50,000, and let's say that home only needed $10,000 worth of work, and let's say you do that work and it's worth $100,000, okay, would you buy that property? So you're only buying the property for $50,000. You put in $10,000 worth of work into it. So you're in at $60,000. And then you're going to be able to flip it in 30 days and make $100,000 off of that, okay? Yeah, everybody would do that type of deal. And the same is true with your cash buyers, and that's what you have to understand. That's why you have to understand that these cash buyers are going to love you, okay? Seriously, they are going to love you. So listen very, very carefully, you guys, and do not, and I repeat, do not repeat this secret that I'm going to reveal to you, okay? Because in the next few moments, I'm going to tell you exactly how I built a list of 200 plus cash buyers in 1 week's time in Tulsa, Oklahoma. Okay? I'm going to give you the secret. So my story, you guys. Oh, how many of you guys want to hear the secret? Let me ask that first. Okay? Remy said yes. Mike said yes. Keisha asked a question. I'll answer your question at the end of the webinar, Keisha. So look. My story is this, you guys. When I started back in real estate back in 2010, 2011, I saw that there was a lot of people that were making a bunch of money online wholesaling. Okay, I was watching a bunch of YouTube videos where people were like flashing their checks and looking like big shots, and I was like, you know what? If they can do it, I can do it too. Okay, so but I wanted to prove to myself that real estate investing actually would work for me. Okay, just prove to myself. And so my fear, you guys, was that I would get a bunch of houses under contract from sellers, but I wouldn't be able to find any cash buyers for the properties, okay? That was my biggest fear. So me coming from an internet marketing background, I'm all about research, okay? And so what I decided to do was I decided to test my market in Tulsa to see if there were actually cash buyers out there who were like buying properties, okay? So what I did was I bought 50 bandit signs. I hand wrote each of these phantom bandit signs and I placed them all around the city at 6 o'clock in the morning on Saturday, okay? And the sign basically looked something like this, okay? It said, cheap house for sale, 3-bedroom, 2-bathroom, 1,900 square foot, only $19.5 thousand cash. And then I put call now, and then I put my phone number on there, okay? And what happened after that, you guys, was phenomenal. The results surprised me. I had calls ringing directly to my voicemail through Google Voice. And by noontime, I had 38 phone calls from cash buyers. By 10 o'clock p.m. that night, I had 103 phone calls. By Sunday evening, which was the next day, I had a total of 147 phone calls. By the next weekend, which was 1 week later, I had a whopping 224 phone calls that had come through to my Google Voice. And by that time, I got so many calls that I just stopped keeping track, okay? It was too many. It was overwhelming, okay? And so this is what the cash buyers looked like that came through, all right? 84 of them were people who had at least 30,000 bucks cash to buy a house. Okay, whoop-de-woo. 36 of them were people who had at least $100,000 cash to buy a house. Okay, even better. 33 of them were tire kickers, people who were wanting to use a mortgage, or they wanted to do a rent to own, or wanted to do something which I wasn't going to be able to make money on, okay? So I just ignored those people. 29 of those people were people that had at least $150,000 cash to buy properties. Even better, okay? 6 of those people were like big time players, okay? These were like hedge fund representatives who had between $500,000 to $1.5 million in cash and equity, okay? Some of them even had more than that amount, okay? Like those were my big fish, okay? Especially in a market like in a small market like Tulsa, Oklahoma, all right? If you're in a bigger market like California or Florida, Arizona, Nevada, you're gonna run into people that have $5-10 million worth of equity, okay? So do you think that I proved to myself just a little bit that I could get out there and find a buyer or two for any future properties that I would find? Hell yes, I did, okay? I did. And so what happened was when the callers called me, left messages, and I called them back, I just informed them that the property that was on the sign is no longer for sale, but I do plan on finding 2 to 4 of these type of deals like this every single month, okay? So what I did was I collected these buyers' phone numbers and their names and their email addresses, how much money they had to invest, how many repairs they're comfortable with doing, what areas of town they wanted to buy in. And look, all of my students in different cities who have used this tactic have all had success finding cash buyers, okay? So do it. Get the signs, and that's all she wrote, okay? So the fourth and the last shift for you getting to a $200,000 a year flipping houses is this. You must invest in a mentor or a coach who is going to lead you into success, okay? We all need a hand up from somebody who's been there and done that, okay? And in real estate, the big boys and the big girls that make money don't go in all by themselves, because smart investors know that real estate is not an individual sport, but it is a team sport. And there's no I in team. You need other people that are helping you. And my motto, and it's always been like this, you guys, is teamwork makes the dream work. If you have dreams, if you have dreams of freedom and of money, then you need to create yourself a power team, a money team, okay? This right here is Danny, all right? And he started off as one of my students many, many years ago. This is a quick flip that he did recently. He made $8,277, And this is like common for him. He typically makes about 7, 8, 9,000 bucks per wholesale deal that he does. Okay. But for many of you guys, if you guys could just do one of those type of deals, that will be powerful for you. Okay. And one reason why Danny is able to do this and like make so much money, he's making about $20,000 to $30,000 a month down in El Paso, Texas. And one reason why he's able to do so many deals is because he took coaching. Okay, he invested in himself. He invested in me as his coach, as his mentor, and he did deals. Okay, matter of fact, he's done so well that he's one of my assistant coaches. Okay, in my academy. This right here is Tarek and Kelly. All right. They they were writing me questions every single day, and I didn't mind. You know, I answered them, and I made sure that they knew what to do, and they were so happy, you guys. They were able to close a deal where they made $8,500, which was phenomenal for them. Okay, so let me tell you about my start in real estate. Because when I started in real estate, you guys, I didn't have a coach. Okay, I went in the cheap, in the dumb way into real estate. So this property right here is my first wholesale deal that I did, and I made $6,500 on it. Okay, it was a little 3-bedroom, 1-bathroom. I believe it was like 1,500 square foot. It was out in the middle of nowhere in Manford, Oklahoma. It was sat on like 3 acres of land. It was interesting, okay? But look, it took me about 10 months from start to finish for me to complete this deal. I had to go back to the seller over and over and over again to extend the contract, and I was almost scared that she was going to, you know, flip me the middle finger and tell me to get lost. And during that time period, you guys, I lost 3 other deals, okay? Because I didn't know what I was doing. And I'm not gonna, for the sake of time, I'm not gonna tell you about all those deals, but basically I lost like $32,800 off of those deals, because I didn't have any guidance, because I went in and tried to do it by myself, okay? I lost over $30,000, okay? That's serious, okay? So the moral of the story, you guys, that I learned from that situation is that I needed coaching, I needed mentoring, okay? And obviously I did have massive success because I took massive action. And usually if you do take massive action, you will have success. But it wasn't before I had spent thousands of dollars on marketing and I had wasted hundreds of hours over the time in the course of 6 months, okay? And had I invested good money with a real estate mentor from like the beginning, somebody who knew what they were doing and had been there and done that and had previous success, then my learning curve would have been way shorter, okay? And so I tell this to my one-on-one coaching students all the time and my group coaching students all the time, that you need to learn from other people's mistakes, because that is true wisdom. You don't want to go out there and make the same mistakes that I made, because that's just being dingy, okay? You want to learn from my mistakes so that you don't have to repeat them. So successful people, you guys, they team up with somebody now to teach them, to transform them, to help lead them to the promised land, okay? And a successful coach is going to do the following for you. A successful coach is going to take you from point A to B. A successful coach is going to take you from being a real estate zero, not having any knowledge about real estate, to being a real estate hero, okay? Thirdly, a successful coach is going to take you from a point of weakness and lead you to a place of greatness. And greatness means that you're making some money. Somebody type in "make money" in the comments area. Make money. So when you get a good coach and mentor, you guys, it's going to be an investment into your future, and you can create a wealth of good fortune for yourself. And look, I've personally spent tens of thousands of dollars on good mentoring on a yearly basis, actually. And it's what led me to having multiple successes in business, real estate, and even having a national TV show on HGTV, okay? And anytime I've invested money or time into good mentorship, I've always recouped it back 100-fold, okay? Seriously, I've always gotten something back from it. So your mission, if you choose to accept it, my friend, is this. Find a good mentor that you trust. Doesn't need to be me, but it needs to be somebody that you trust and somebody who can lead you to the promised land, okay? Look, this right here came from one of my students. Her name is Bridget. She said in our private Facebook group, she said, "Wow, another guy called me and he has 2 properties that he wants to get rid of. This is a little bit overwhelming, but I'm excited." According to his message, apparently he has spoken to someone before and he thinks that I am them. but I will try my best to learn him my way so that he can hopefully close the deal with me. Okay. And on our private Facebook group, you guys, what I do is when students go through that, I answer their questions. We give them like the proper strategies to use to like overcome any objection, to get any deal under contract, to like make sure that any scenario that they go through, that they can cash in on that scenario if it's feasible for them. Okay. And that's what coaching does for you. Okay. A good coach will tell you what to do. Okay. And so these are just a few more comments from my Facebook group, okay? And we're having conversations, okay? And all the students are learning, okay? Let me read you this post by Alexander, okay? He said that people like Daniel Wiafe continue to make sense of business. Had the pleasure of meeting him almost 3 years ago. He agreed to meet with me and talk, but my doubt encouraged me not to follow through. Big mistake, but I still had the privilege of talking to him and absorbing his knowledge, okay? Look up at the post above that, Lawrence Fuller, okay? I answered a question from Guadalupe, and he said that he said that you'll be able to hit your goals if you do the work. Don't quit or give up. He was giving her encouragement. He went on to say that Daniel helped me reach my goal. Since November, I've closed 2 deals a month. Okay. And I haven't quit my job yet, but close to it. Okay. Lawrence is making $10,000 a month, you guys. Okay. And it's crazy. This right here was from a person, his name is Alan, and he wanted to join my program, okay? And he did not even work with me yet, okay? And he said that I talked to and worked with a lot of fake gurus, and I've known you about as long as them. I should have started and stopped with you. What happened was he invested in other people, and he got burned, okay? But he started seeing the success that my students have had, okay? And then he just gave me that testimony, all right? So look, you guys, I'm not going to even waste any more time on all that stuff. Okay, let's take some action. Now is your time for action. All right. So we're getting close to that 60-minute mark. Okay. So I promised you, you guys, at the top of this training that I was going to do many, many things for you. And I feel like I accomplished every single task for you. Okay. So now is your time to take action. Somebody type in the comments area, take action. I promised you that I would teach you my #1 strategy in 2018 to start making $200,000 plus a year in real estate, which is wholesaling, okay? And this is going to be the #1 strategy in 2019 as well, okay? And it's not going to involve you losing any money or risking any of your own credit. I promised you at the top of this training, you guys, that I would teach you the 4 shifts that I and my students and a select few other people from across the country have taken in order to give us freedom by using real estate as our vehicle of choice to making and cracking 6-figure incomes every single year. I accomplished it. I promised you that I would teach you exactly what systems you need in order to be successful in your business and how to make $5,000 to $20,000 a month part-time while you're working your job. Mission accomplished, okay? I promised you that I would teach you how to find motivated sellers in your city who need to sell their house fast and at a discounted rate. I promised you that I would give you a tip that would literally blow your mind in learning how to find cash buyers in your city who will literally beg to give you money for your real estate deals. Okay? I accomplished that. I also promised you that I would teach you how to overcome your fear of jumping into real estate and how to believe in your own God-given talents and abilities, okay? And so now is the time for you to take action. And today I showed you why everybody who dreams of becoming successful and making 6 figures a year in real estate and getting freedom in their life and finances, I showed you that they need to invest in a good mentor and a coach to lead them to that greatness, okay? So right now you have a choice, my friend. Make the 4 shifts that are needed in order to crank out your 6-figure income and make $200,000 over the course of the next 12 months. Or you can just sit there and do nothing with this life-changing information. You can just say, this is some great information you gave me, Daniel. I'm going to sit on it and not do anything with it. That's fine, okay? But I want everybody that's on this call to get out there and make freedom for yourself. Make freedom for your household. Make freedom for your kids, okay? Now is your time to win. And if you have a burning desire to win and take control over your destiny in life by using real estate as your vehicle, my team and I have set aside some personal time this week to talk to you about helping you create a $200,000 real estate investing business. Who would be interested in that? Let me know in the comments area. Now is your time to win, you guys. And this call that you guys are going to sign up for is absolutely free, okay? And it's designed to get you to discover how real estate investing can give you the freedom that you desire, as well as determining the path that you need to take. But the thing is, we can only talk to people that are serious about real estate. So we do require that you fill out a short application, okay? The application will literally take you like 3 minutes to fill out, okay? But we need to know that you are serious before booking a call, okay? So click the link below to apply for your call. It's very quick. The link should have popped below this video. Should be a big, huge yellow link. And if it hasn't, then go to houseflippingdojo.com/apply, okay? And in a few moments, you guys, I'm going to tell you how to get that free gift. So make sure you stick to the end. So my question to you at this point is this, you guys. Do you have what it takes? Okay, do you have what it takes to be successful? And from time to time, I personally work with a small group of new real estate entrepreneurs in an intense and a fun 12-month online academy. And what we do, you guys, is we give you every single tool that you need to successfully make $10,000 to $20,000 a month wholesaling houses within the next 3 months, even if you're working a full-time job, okay? So this isn't for everybody, okay? And I just want to make that plain and simple and not sugarcoat it. This is not for everybody. I can't work with everybody, okay? This isn't for people that are complainers or whiners. This is not for people that don't like to take action. This is not for people who don't like to follow instructions from their coach or mentor. This is not for people who have no money to invest in themselves, okay? I can't help you if any of those are the case, okay? This is not for people that are know-it-alls. This is not for people that like to blame others for their problems in life. This is not for people that are dull or boring or don't like to have a good time, okay? They're serious 24/7, okay? This is not for people who fear becoming great, okay? I want to work with winners, okay? I can't teach you how to be a winner. You have to be born with that mindset. But who this is for is the following. If you are that person that's tired of living below your potential and you know you can go higher, I want to work with you. If you're that person that wants to make $10,000 to $20,000 a month and is burning deep down on the inside of your gut and you want to do this, I want to work with you. If you are that person who understands that this is a business and that there are marketing costs that you need to make, there are investments that you need to make in order to create a $200,000 a year business that'll give you freedom. You understand that real estate investing is not like a lottery ticket or anything like that. You actually have to put work into it. I want to work with you, okay? So why are we doing this? We're doing this because we want to help as many people as possible and we want to give back, okay? And we're going to give back by talking to you on the phone, number one, and making sure that you have the proper clarification on your real estate business going forward, okay? And then number two, for some of you guys on that call, we may extend to you a chance to enroll in our 12-month academy so that you can supercharge your way and make that six-figure income to get yourself freedom, okay? And on the call, once you apply for it, you're going to click that yellow button that's below this video or the link that's below this video. We're going to help give you that total clarity about what you want your life to look like and what exact steps you should take in order to achieve your goals, okay? Now, we believe that your business should be created to support the lifestyle that you design and not the other way around. So we're going to talk about lifestyle design on the call. And if you want us to help you, and if we think that you and we are a good fit, then we may invite you to become one of our new students that we enroll this month into our 12-month academy, okay? Now, if we work together, you guys, you're going to be put into a 12-month workshop that spits out $200,000 a year real estate entrepreneurs. We're going to hold you accountable to taking action, doing deals, and making money because I want your testimonial. You're going to be put on the fast track to gaining freedom from your job and debt so that you can spend time with those that you love, with your kids and your husband or your wife, okay? So now is the time for you to take action. Click that yellow link below this video to get started, okay? And in a moment, I'm going to give you access to the free gift that I mentioned at the top of the webinar. But I am going to offer 10 of you guys and gals on this training call the opportunity to come on board today, right now, with my small group of students and learn how to make $10,000 to $20,000 a month flipping houses, okay? So what I want you to do is click that link below now, okay, and apply. Fill out that short application, and somebody from my team will give you a call back, and then we will talk about your future real estate, and some of you guys will potentially get enrolled into our program, okay? Instructions for the free gift are here on this page as well, okay? So click the link below, okay? If the big yellow link is not there, then I want you to go to houseflippingdojo.com/apply, okay? houseflippingdojo.com/apply. You can apply for your call with us, okay? Number one. And then number two, the instructions on how you can download the free gift are on this page as well. So you need to go there to find out how to get the free gift, okay? There's an email address that you need to send an email to, okay? So spaces are limited. You need to sign up now, okay? So I'm going to spend about 5 minutes answering questions, and then we will be out of here, okay? So go ahead and ask your questions, you guys. If I don't get to your question by the end of this training, you guys, the system will automatically send me your questions anyways. So I will respond back to your questions through email, okay? So Amy writes, do you need to be a realtor? No, Amy, that's a beautiful thing. You do not need to be a realtor in order to wholesale houses. Gerald asked, can you flip a house that's in foreclosure? Yes, you can, Gerald. You can wholesale a house that's in foreclosure, but I recommend to my students that they stick to doing pre-foreclosures, because once the bank gets the property in their hands, they don't allow you to use those contracts that I'm going to give you for free as my free gift, okay, when you follow the instructions at the houseflippingdojo.com/apply. But they don't allow you to use those contracts, okay? They want you to use the real estate contracts that are state mandated, okay? And so what you want to do is, if you're going to wholesale a house, go for pre-foreclosures, okay? Go for houses that are about to be foreclosed on, but they're not foreclosed as of yet, okay? Remy asked, how do I sign up for the call with you? You can click that big yellow button below this video, Remy, or go to houseflippingdojo.com/apply. houseflippingdojo.com/apply. Janisha asks, how long does it typically take to do your first deal? Great question. It really depends, Janisha. Some students have done it in 6 weeks, okay, or less, okay? I had my fastest person did it in 3 weeks. 6 to 8 weeks is pretty fast. Some people, it may take 3 months. Some people may take 6 months or 4 months, okay? Biggest thing is you need to keep pushing forward. And the people that don't give up, Janisha, are the ones that have success. But the people that do give up, they don't have success. Mark asks, thank you for your question, Janisha. Mark asks, is wholesaling houses as easy as you make it sound? Heck no, Mark. It is difficult, okay? So the process behind wholesaling houses, you guys, is very simple, okay? But you have to put in work, okay? I'm not going to sugarcoat it. You have to put in work, okay? Now, wholesaling houses is way better than digging ditches, okay? It's way better than staying at a 9-to-5 job talking to customers that cuss you out on the phone, okay? It's way better than that, all right? So, I mean, it's not as easy as just sitting on your couch eating Captain Crunch and watching soap operas, but it's a great, great way to make a living, Mark. Katrina asks, I want you as my mentor. How do I sign up with you? Great, Katrina. Thank you. Go to houseflippingdojo.com/apply, Katrina, and anybody else who wants to jump on board with us. Go through the application call. We're going to give you clarity when we get on the phone call with you. It'll either be me or somebody on my team that is talking with you. And if we feel like we can help you and get you to 6 figures, then we're going to help you, okay? We'll give you a chance to enroll in our Dojo Academy, okay? But the simple truth is we can't help everybody, okay? We'll try to, but we can't help everybody. But we definitely do want to talk to everybody that's serious, okay? Because we'll at least give you some free tips on how to get started, okay? So Dean asks, how do you do taxes at the end of the year? So Dean, I actually have my CPA do my taxes for me. But if you're going to do taxes by yourself, this is what I would do, okay? So I would make sure that I am saving 20 to 25% of my net profit, put it in a savings account, and then pay quarterly taxes, okay? Make sure you pay your quarterly taxes. Save 20 to 25% of your net profit that you get from the business, okay? Chad said, I remember seeing your show on HGTV. Is it still on? No, unfortunately, Chad, it is not. They chose not to renew it after the first season, so I guess I sucked. So, Marcia says, how do I get over my fear of getting started and talking to people? Okay, so Marcia, I'm sorry, just get started, okay? Just start talking to people and take it one step at a time, all right? Matter of fact, get on a call with us, Marcia, and let's talk, okay? So I want to talk to you, Marcia. Go to houseflippingdojo.com/apply. Asia said, signing up for my free call with you. Hopefully I can become a student too. Winky face. Great, Asia. That will be excellent. So we would love to talk to you, and let's hopefully get you on board. Jen said, how do I get my free gift? You can go to houseflippingdojo.com/apply, Jen, and the system will tell you how to get your free gift. So anyways, you guys, I had to jump off. The webinar software is about to close up on me. Thank you for attending this webinar training. Make sure you go to houseflippingdojo.com/apply, get your free gift, number one. And then number two, make sure you sign up for a free call with us, okay? You got to fill out that little short application. Will take you all of 3 minutes to do so. Let's get you cranking it out in 2018. So this is your man and future mentor, potentially, Melinda Wiafe, signing out. Peace and God bless you guys.